All right, well, you could say that it is the heart and soul of America if you were into bad puns, but I would never say that. New Balance manufactures approximately 25% of its shoes right here in the United States. In fact, I believe it is the only athletic shoe company that still manufactures in America. Joining us now from Boston is Robert DeMartini. He is president and CEO of New Balance. So you're the last, huh?
Well, we think we're first and last, but we still make 25% of our product right here in the USA, Brian.
I thought Brooks made some of their shows here in the United States. Either way, it's good. Make more and make as much as you can in the United States. We do appreciate that. Robert, listen, talk to us about your trends that you're seeing. I mean, it's hard to gauge around here. We're stuck inside all the time in a big city. Is the economy impacting people working out more or working out less?
Brian, we're seeing a couple of things. People are definitely running more, and they're more concerned with health and staying healthy. And because of that, it's allowed our market to be a little more resilient than some, but we can always do better.
Robert, it's Regan McDowell. In terms of manufacturing a quarter of your shoes here in the United States, is that just, I guess, a marketing boost for you? Can you quantify it? Do people buy more of your shoes because they're made in the U.S.? And what about I guess, the cost of manufacturing versus what it would cost you overseas?
Regan, that's a great question. I'm going to break it in a couple pieces if I can. First, we've been making shoes in the U.S. since 1938. We see it as an important part of how we define our company. And because our industry makes so much of their product with partners, we think that being a manufacturer makes us a better producer in total. So it definitely helps the supply side of the business. You know, as far as consumers, I think there are some consumers that value that. There are others that just want to get the best possible product, and we've got the option for them to get, either one of those in that case. Either way, manufacturing 25% in the U.S. has been a real commitment that's defined our company, and we're absolutely committed to keeping it going in the future.
And how do you convince consumers to, I don't know, your shoe, by the way, I use your shoes just because they happen to be the widest. I tend to bust, I get double E, I tend to bust out, so there you go. Not endorsing the product, just saying I do use it. But I'm wondering, I'm wondering about, prices. I may be a little less price sensitive than most people, okay? So fair enough. How do you convince Americans? All right, we talk about buy American, but yet most Americans don't look for the label. They might just go in and pay the cheapest, destroying their own job in the process, by the way, by paying less for any kind of a product that's now manufactured outside the United States. How do you convince people, say, listen, pay a couple of bucks more if they have to, and keep your neighbor in business?
Brian, we don't think they have to. The shoes we make, this one I've got right here, we've been making this model in the U.S. for over 20 years, and it's competitive both on a price and a quality basis with everything out there. We embraced about 15 years ago lean manufacturing. And again, as I said earlier, we think that not only keeps us competitive with domestically made product, but it lets run our shared factories and our partner factories even better. So we're not asking them to pay more. We're just asking them to buy the best product out there, and we think we're giving that to them.
Are all the components of the shoe, down to the laces, made here in the U.S.?
A couple of pieces that I got to answer that. First of all, soles today, the bottom of the shoe, are not made domestically. The process that's there is made overseas. We import the soles and then have two processes. We have a group of products that we assemble here in the U.S., and then we have a group of products that we cut through stitch from the very beginning. So all of the componentry is made here, and it makes the shoes very compliant from a government standpoint.
I guess the point I was trying to make earlier, Robert, was, and not saying your products are more expensive, again, it's just the question of in general. We talk a lot about American jobs and the economy here. As someone who still manufactures some shoes in the United States, okay, and listen, we admire anything you do because we know that in some cases maybe it's nearly impossible because component companies that you have to buy from have simply left the country. And you don't even have a choice. There's a lot of other industries like that too. How in general, not as a shoe company, just as an American company, how do you convince consumers, listen, sometimes cheapest always isn't the best. I know people are struggling, but you also got to keep yourself employed.
Well, I think we're lucky in that this category, people really do buy quality and they buy product. And as long as our product is the best that can be offered, we think consumers will select it. The fact that we choose to make it here is as much about what the company believes in as it is about the product. Now, It has to be competitive and the quality has to be excellent. But we're a big part of the communities in which we do business. When the current owners bought the company in 1972, there were 6 manufacturing employees. Today there's over 1,300 in our 5 U.S. factories. We feel a real commitment to those communities.
All right, Robert DeMartini, President and CEO of New Balance. Robert, thank you very much for coming on. Keep up the good work, and I guess keep on running.
All right, Brian. We make a race car shoe, so I think we ought to get that to you.
You did your homework on that. Somebody did their homework on this segment. Do you really? I'll check it out.
I really do, and you give me your shoe size, you'll get it.
Well, don't do that. I can't accept that. But I will check it out. I'll check it out. Maybe I'm in line for a new pair of shoes. So I'll check it out on your website. Robert, thank you very much. It's 13, by the way. I'll check it out. I'm just kidding.
Brian Regan.